Okay, so just going over the first three really quickly, and then we'll continue taking up number 4 and 5. Sum of two consecutive numbers, so if you let x be one number, the second one will be x plus 1. Sum means you add them, so when you add it, it equals 469. So you simplify it to 2x plus 1 equals that. Subtract the 1, divide by 2, you get 234 as the first number. Read the question carefully. It says, what are the numbers? So that means the second number is 235. Make sure you answer the question carefully. Otherwise, you only get 1 out of 2 because you only gave me one number. Number 2, same idea. The sum of two numbers is that. The bigger number is 7 more than the smaller. So your second number is x plus 7. So when you add it and then subtract, divide, you'll get 63, and your second number is 70. When you check, when you add up these two, you should get 133. Okay, number 3, Kelly is twice as old as Luke, so that means it's 2L. Together, their age is 36. So plus Luke's age equals 36. So 2L plus L is 3L. When you divide it, you get L equals 12. But again, read the question carefully. What is Kelly's age? So not Luke's. So Kelly's age is doubled. So Kelly is 24 years old. Don't forget units as well. Units will cost you half a mark. Okay. Number 4, the sum of three numbers is 40. The second number is 4 times the first. The third one is 10 more than the first one. What are the numbers? So I'm going to set up with just x being my first number. All right. What would my second number be then? Jasmine? 4x, yeah. And then what would my third number be? Third one is 10 more than the first. X plus 10. Yep, good job. And when you add it all together, you get 40. So collect like terms. X plus 4x plus x gives you 6x. All right, move that 10 over. So you get 6x equals 40 minus 10, which is 30. And then divided by 6, so x equals 5. How many marks will I get for this answer? If, let's say this is out of 3. Yep.
You only get 1 mark?
Because, yeah, because you only gave me one number. It asks, what are the numbers? And yeah, I needed all 3. So that means 5 is the first number, 20 is the second number, and 15 is the third number. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And when I add these 3 numbers up, what should it equal to? 40. Right. If it doesn't, check your work. Hey, this one we actually did before. Remember this one? I'll still go over it just in case you forgot about it. Okay, so so scored 2 more goals than Ali. So Ali and Sol, he scored 2 more than him. All right. And the team has scored 44 goals. How many might he have scored? So I know the maximum is 44. So instead of an equal sign, I'm using a less than or equal sign here. Okay. Because he could score 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and so forth, right? So you're not going to get just one number as the answer. That's why right here, when I set it up, I should use the less than or equal sign. Okay, so I get 2a plus 2 is less than or equal to 44. Move that 2 over, plus 2. I get 42. So a is 21. Okay, so that means, this is Ali. So Ali might have scored up to 21 goals. How many could Sol have scored? So Sol is 2 more than him. That means Saul scored at most 23 goals. Okay? If you just write this, you'll get the full mark for it. The other day, we did talk about the minimum as well. So we were saying the minimum number of goals that he could score was 4. So, but if you just write that on the test, it's fine. Okay? And notice the difference between how I wrote the answer. This one, I gave a definite number. This one, I used the less than or equal sign. Okay. Moving on. How many of you finished this back page? Okay, so we'll take it up. Okay, find the values of x that gives this rectangle an area of less than 100 centimeters square. Okay, so again, less than 100 centimeters square, meaning my area is length times width. That's the formula. So 20 times x, which is 20x, less than 100 centimeters squared. That means I should use this symbol. Again, don't use equal sign. How many of you used an equal sign for this question? Okay, good. You guys didn't get tricked. And so x would be less than or equal to 5. What's my unit here? Centimeters, right? Remember, for word problems, you need units. Does x have a minimum value? Yep.
Wait, why did we do equal or less than? It has to be less than 100 centimeters.
Yes, you're right. Yes. Good job. Well, actually, no. It could be equal to an area of less than. Yeah. You're right. So x has to be less than 5 centimeters. Does x have a minimum value?
Yes, 1.
Yep. No, that's okay. Petro?
It has to be 1. Wait, no, it could be decimal.
Yeah, it could also be a decimal. This question didn't say specifically, but it should say integer value. Fine. Or in other words, actually, yeah, you know what? It could be decimal. So how do we write? How should we write it? To say that it could be 0.1, it could be 0.000001. How do we write it out to say that? Bella? Yeah. So just like how we wrote it right here, we can also write this to show that as long as x is greater than 0, that's your minimum value. Okay. How do you know? Because you cannot have negative length. Okay, because it doesn't make sense to have negative length. Okay, number 7. The sum of 3 numbers is 85. The second number is 5 more than the first. The third one is 3 times the second. Find the 3 numbers. So again, I have x plus second number is 5 more than the first. So x plus 5. And the third one is 3 times the second. 3 times the second number. How do I write this? Three times the second number, not the first number. 3 times the second number. Diction?
3 brackets x plus 5.
That's right. Okay, so not 3x. Read it carefully. It's 3 times the second number. Our second number we said is x plus 5. So this is this. And the sum, it equals 85. How do I know now it's an equal and not a less than sign or greater than sign? Because is. Okay, is means equal. Okay, so x plus, so don't forget you have to distribute this. So your second line is going to be x plus 5 plus 3x plus 15 equals 85. Now add it up and move the numbers to the other side. Move this, or you can add it up first and then move. Doesn't matter. It's the same. Let's clean it up first and then move. So 5x plus 20 equals 85. Okay, so now move it. It's the same thing. You can move it over here or you can move it here. Doesn't matter. So you get 5x equals 65. So x is 65 divided by 5. 13. All right. Again, all this work right here will only give you 1 mark. All right, because you only gave me 1 number. It's asking for all 3 numbers. So x equals 13 is 1. The second one would be x plus 5, so 18. And the third number would be, if x is 13, 13 plus 5 is 18. 18 times 3, 54. So those are your 3 numbers. And when I add these 3 numbers up, I should get 85. Okay. Moving along, we're just taking these up. You guys had a good half an hour to try all of these on your own. The mass of a jaguar can be up to 125 kg. The mass is 22 kilogram, more than 5 times the greatest known mass of a household cat. Find the mass of a household cat. Okay. Sean, can you come up with the equation for me? I want the equation, not just the answer. Say that all over again.
5x plus 22 equals 125.
Okay, so good. So when you move the 22 over, you get 5x equals 103. Is that right? The mass is times the greater. Okay, so when you divide it by 5, x equals 20.6. Is that what you got?
We just left in fraction.
Oh. Antonia, is that what you got too?
Yeah.
Okay. What's my unit here? Kilograms. Okay. Of a household cat. Okay, yeah. So that's just this. This is so when I do the variables, I like to use like J for jaguar, H for household instead of just X and Y, because then at the end I have to think about, okay, what is X again? Is this jaguar or is this household cat? So, but if I use meaningful letters, then I won't have to have that trouble. Okay, last one. The length of a rectangle is 10 times longer than the width. The perimeter is 72. Find the length and width of this rectangle. Hint, draw, and label a diagram. So let's say this is my rectangle. The length is 10 centimeters longer than the width. So this is my width. So when I add it together, my perimeter, 2w plus 2 times 10 plus w equals 72. Right? These 2 sides plus these 2 sides equals 72. So distribute. So 2w plus 20 plus 2w equals 72. So 4w plus 20 equals 72. 4w equals 52. 52 divided by 4. W equals 13. What's my unit here? Centimeter. Am I done the question? And what is the length? 23. Yes. So again, read the question carefully. I'll upload this video. So we just took up all 9 word problems. If there is any of these that you don't know or are not sure, make sure you rewatch the video. I know it's Halloween tonight, so no homework. Okay. Tomorrow for Take Your Kids to Work Day, we will be working on this review 1. Okay, so if you're not here, please work on this review 1. For those of you who are coming, this is what we'll do in class. Okay, happy Halloween, guys!